Everybody knows the story. An unstoppable logistics empire systematically dismantled traditional brick-and-mortar stores, leaving a trail of empty malls in its wake. But that public identity is hiding a much harsher reality. Operating a massive e-commerce site is a grueling, low-margin business. Packing physical boxes and moving them across the country is so capital-intensive that it frequently operates at a significant loss. To make free 2-day shipping work, you have to pour billions into what accountants call capital expenditure, the hard costs of building out millions of square feet in fulfillment centers, purchasing cargo planes, and fueling massive delivery fleets. Look at this simplified corporate balance sheet. Here, we see the rapidly expanding costs of physical logistics, fulfillment, planes, and vans, completely swallowing up the tiny sliver of actual retail profit. If Amazon were strictly a standalone retail company, it would suffocate financially under the weight of its own free shipping promises. Their standalone retail dominance is a highly orchestrated financial illusion, which immediately begs the question, how exactly do they afford to systematically bankrupt their competitors without bankrupting themselves first? To find the actual profit engine, you have to look past the physical cardboard boxes and into the digital realm. The true core of the company is Amazon Web Services, or AWS. This chart shows exactly how dominant they are in cloud computing. By renting out server space and computing power globally, AWS has secured a market share that easily equals the combined total of its next 4 largest tech competitors, companies like Google, Microsoft, and IBM. You interact with this invisible infrastructure every day, from hailing a rideshare to checking a video doorbell. Even massive live broadcasts, like Major League Baseball, stream directly off AWS servers. The client base includes the most secure institutional players on Earth, ranging from Wall Street giants like Goldman Sachs to over 4,000 government agencies, many requiring top-secret, compartmented levels of security to operate. Unlike the razor-thin margins of shipping physical goods, renting out digital infrastructure yields massive returns. Last year, AWS generated over $25 billion in sales, operating with extremely low variable costs to generate pure, compounding profit. When you strip away the logistics network, the underlying structure becomes clear. Amazon is a hyper-profitable cloud computing monopoly that uses a physical storefront to mask its massive scale. Maintaining that kind of digital monopoly creates severe physical bottlenecks. To onboard massive new clients, AWS has to securely migrate astronomical amounts of information, often spanning petabytes and even exabytes of data, into the cloud. IT professionals call this the Python eating a pig problem. As this diagram shows, trying to force massive chunks of corporate data through standard internet networks creates a catastrophic jam. If you assigned a standard high-speed line to transfer an exabyte of data, the upload would take you about 26 years. Amazon's solution to this digital bottleneck was entirely physical. They built the AWS Snowball, a highly durable, explosive-resistant portable data storage and edge computing device designed to physically haul data from the client to the server. To say these 50-pound boxes are tough is an understatement. When a volcano erupted in Hawaii, the U.S. Geological Survey used snowballs to safely extract crucial local server data while lava was actively engulfing their building. They are regularly shipped out to isolated, highly corrosive environments, like offshore oil rigs, to collect and process massive industrial datasets locally. Because they can survive airdrops and 83 pounds of C4 explosives going off nearby, they are heavily deployed by forward operating military units and special ops teams in active combat zones around the globe. For clients like satellite imaging companies, whose data is too massive even for a fleet of snowballs, AWS scaled up again. They built the Snowmobile, a heavily guarded, self-cooling, 100-petabyte data center housed entirely inside a 45-foot semi-truck. The cloud relies completely on the physical world. AWS has grown so overwhelmingly large that it requires its own heavy, explosive-resistant supply chain just to sustain its digital expansion. When you look at the physical retail operations and the digital cloud empire side by side, the entire corporate strategy snaps into focus. This diagram illustrates weaponized subsidization. AWS margins flow across, instantly absorbing Prime Delivery's massive losses. Competitors like Walmart lack a digital cash printer to bail out shipping. Wielding AWS profits, Amazon suppresses retail prices, forcing competitors to bleed cash while its valuation safely rises. They bypass traditional competition entirely. They captured the market by using a highly profitable digital utility to rewrite the financial rules of physical commerce.